Welcome, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, my goodness. Crazy up in here already. Y'all are in my chat already acting a fool. That's all right. You're allowed to here. It's all good. It's fun. It's always fun. You're allowed to do basically whatever you want in here. Just don't dox anybody. Don't threaten nobody but you can't be in here if you can't take an insult. So just fair warning, right? If you can't handle an insult, you can't be in here. Because you're probably gonna get insulted. So anyway, yeah. I haven't been live in a couple days. I haven't been talking about this. Because out of respect, I've covered the case a little bit. The minute that word got out that she was found, I went live. We discussed it, but I wanted to give it a couple days, let things kind of cool off. I don't like to add to the madness if it's stirring up too much. I don't like to do that too much, and for good reason, because guys, let me just share this.
We believe it is our missing person.
Confirmation of a heartbreaking discovery 2 weeks after 16-year-old Kylie Rodney disappeared from the Prosser family campground in Truckee. Her SUV with a body inside pulled from a nearby reservoir.
Relieved just to know that there's some closure, but beyond sad that it's had to possibly be not a good outcome.
Law enforcement originally feared Kylie was kidnapped after she vanished from a party with hundreds of teens at the Prosser family campground. For weeks, dozens of local, state, and federal law enforcement searched by air, foot, and boat, but it was a private Oregon search team that ultimately found her car upside down in 14 feet of water, not far from where she went missing.
So I went over it several times and I knew it looked suspicious.
We focused on the positives, and that's we were able to provide answers to a family who no longer has to live in a nightmare of not knowing.
Nick Wren and Doug Bishop are part of the 6-man team who specialize in using water sonar technology to help find missing people. They shared this video showing Kylie's car upside down in the water and the sonar equipment they used to spot it.
Between the 3 different images, we are able to manipulate it. Each one complements the other. And between the 3, we're able to detect everything that's on the bottom of a waterway in low water areas.
Tonight, many are asking why authorities didn't find it sooner. Nevada County Sheriff's Office says they searched the same area earlier, but explained changing water levels and other factors complicated their search.
How did we not find it when we were searching? The lake was extensively searched with side sonar, with an ROV. We had divers, we had swimmers. I think that's part of what we're going to have to go back to do and debrief.
Tonight, in a statement, Kylie's family is thanking the community for their support, saying in part, while we accept the sadness cast under death's shadow, the rising sun shines light upon us, reminding us not to mourn our loss. Kylie will surely remain with us, even though we will not get her back.
Thanks. See, that's interesting, folks. And I want to, before I get into the fun, stupid stuff, let me go ahead and give a shout out to Adventures with Purpose for discovering Kylie and bringing her family and loved ones closure. It's crazy. And I want to also give a shout out to Ikadmel. He was live yesterday. That was one of the best live streams that I was ever part of in the chat, because he went over some videos, and I highly recommend it. Like, go and watch that video from yesterday. It's pretty long. It's about 3 hours, but he went over videos that people took the initiative to actually show, like, what the roads looked like. heading towards the water where Kylie went in, and trigger warning, it's hard to watch because it really, really triggers your imagination. So it was very, very fascinating, and it was very insightful, and it really gave you an idea. And man, as sad as it is, that poor girl, just, she didn't have a chance. If she was intoxicated and she was driving, you know, and it's dark, there's no street lights out there, there's nothing, all you can see. I mean, if any of you live out in the country, you know, or near the desert, I mean, you know that there are roads that all you can see is just right in front of you. That's it. So if you are 16 years old and don't have a lot of experience driving, and B, intoxicated, you know, it makes perfect sense that this would be absolutely an accident. And we saw the footage just now where the car was found upside down. I don't see how that car could have been upside down unless it somehow caught some force going in the water in the first place. Not, you know what I mean? And I'm not a detective, man. I'm not an investigator. I don't know. You know what I mean? They're obviously going to investigate this. There's a lot of eyes on this. So they're going to investigate this thoroughly. And for those saying that law enforcement didn't do their jobs because it was Adventures with Purpose that actually found her, well, you guys got to understand something. Law enforcement, there's a reason why people volunteer. There's a reason why there are organizations like Adventures with Purpose exist. It's exactly, they exist exactly for doing what they did. You know, I mean, to have an extra pair of eyes out there was all that was, and it worked. You know, you have to understand, these guys, they used some of the same equipment that Adventures with Purpose used. They did. Law enforcement did their job. They looked, you know, but law enforcement is sometimes going to miss something. That's what the extra pair of eyes is for. It doesn't mean that law enforcement is incompetent. It doesn't mean that those agencies and all of those people working day in and day out around the clock for 2 weeks while that girl was missing. Okay. You're not going to sit there and say in the same chat that I'm in without me checking you on it that law enforcement and the law enforcement agencies that worked on this case and were searching for her were inadequate, because I don't feel that they were. I think that they did the best that they could. They used some of the same equipment. That you have to understand the difference between law enforcement using that equipment and Adventures with Purpose using that equipment is Adventures with Purpose are experts on that equipment. Law enforcement, they have the equipment, but I doubt that there's like a real formal training program where those guys just sit there and do the best they can with that equipment every single second. That's what Adventures with Purpose does. This is what they do. So all I'm saying is thank goodness that there were organizations and civilians that volunteered to help, because anybody could have found some evidence in this situation. There weren't just law enforcement officers out there searching. There were civilians, there were volunteers that were out there searching, and any of them could have found something. And it's not a bad look on law enforcement if somebody that's not in law enforcement actually makes this discovery and finds. It's not about getting credit, and it's not about getting clout. It's about simply getting closure. And if everybody was pulling together, which I believe law enforcement, Adventures with Purpose, and all of the volunteers that banded together to help find what happened to this little girl, they succeeded. As a whole, they succeeded. Okay, so you're not gonna discredit law enforcement because they weren't the ones that found Kylie. You just have to understand that. As a whole, everyone who pulled together to help find this girl succeeded. So law enforcement succeeded just as much as Adventures with Purpose did. And I don't want to hear that. But absolutely, I believe that Adventures with Purpose deserves I mean, yeah, if you guys, Cherry has been dropping their link in the chat. That's what your money goes to. If you donate to those guys, that's what your money goes to, is closure for these families. And that's a really, really important thing. It's a really, really, really important thing. This poor girl had an amazing life panned out ahead of her. She was 2 grades above her class. She was graduating high school at 16 years old. That means that she had above average a 2-year head start on other people that are about to kick ass in the world. She was about to do that, you know? And anybody who's like, oh, well, you know, she shouldn't have been partying, blah, blah, blah. No, no. Now, she shouldn't have been driving under the influence. She should have been more responsible, sure. But she's 16 years old. Show me a 16-year-old who doesn't make stupid, bad decisions. I don't care how smart they are. You know, but make no mistake, this was an accident, folks. This was absolutely an accident. And it was crazy. I was in Ikadmel's chat and he put up a poll of, is it an accident or foul play? Right? You'd be surprised. Now, the majority were like accident, but it was like 56% versus like 44. It was crazy. It was like really close. And I was sitting there like, man, that surprises me. That surprises me. Because I have no reason to believe that foul play is suspected here. I don't have any reason to think that. We cover these crime cases all the time. You know, you got to understand, people, not every crime case that you start following from the beginning turns out to be a Lifetime movie. All right? Get that through your skulls, people. Not every single one of them turns out to be this crazy, insane story, you know, with a Gone Girl twist. If you are somebody who feels cheated out of the drama of there being more to this than there really is, you need to stop following crime cases. You need to stop listening to them. You need to stop talking about them. You need to just look into something else. Follow sports, okay? Like, you're doing damage. You're contributing damage to those people that now, because this is the thing with Ryan Upchurch. The problem with Ryan Upchurch is not only has he doubled down, he's tripled down, he's gone all in talking about that there's some sort of conspiracy here. And what he fails to realize, because he's an inconsiderate jackass, is what he's doing is causing that little girl, her family and loved ones, he's costing them peace. Now it's time for them to start healing and moving on. That's it. So at this point, Ryan Upchurch, running your mouth and talking about this case and throwing innocent YouTubers under the bus, throwing innocent people who just happen to call into a YouTube channel under the bus, and making wild, crazy accusations. Not only are you costing them peace, because they deserve peace, they don't deserve to have crazy accusations made at them, but you're costing this girl's loved ones peace, because this was clearly an accident, a tragic accident. That's all this was. Okay. What's fucked up is this is hilarious to me. I wish that I didn't find this shit funny. Like, I have a warped fucking sense of humor, but I can't help but laugh at the utter stupidity behind these comments. There is no human trafficking organization that Ikadmel is involved in, that Zaname is involved in, that any of these people, dude, the only person that even remotely I suspect, which I don't suspect him, but there's something about this Tony dude. Like, I we're going to talk about him a little bit more too, because I like the idea of giving him publicity because he was in my comment section crying about the last live I did. It was really funny. He was like, "You don't have permission to use my content." It was just hilarious. And I but this Tony dude is really funny to me because dude, I gotta know, dude, where do you buy your fucking shirts, bro? Where do you shop? Okay. Like, where is this pedophiles or us that you shop at? Like, why do all guys who think that way, why do all idiots that think that way with their crazy far right, you know, anti any other race but white ideologies, why do they always wear short sleeve plaid shirts? Where do you even fucking buy those? Crazy to me, dude. Like, how, dude, I mean, is there a website where you're like, fuck, I need a kitty diddler shirt. Where the fuck do I find a kitty diddler shirt? This guy kills me, bro. I don't, but for some fucking reason, Ickadmel is suspect because you rearranged the letters in his name to spell something that doesn't even spell. Really, bro? Human trafficking organization. Get the fuck out of my face with that, bro. You know how stupid you sound? God, do you have any idea how stupid you sound? Hold on. Tatted Jedi. Thank you. Frank is definitely running a human trafficking ring. Happy 65th, Frank. And he's referring to Crude AF. Which he has loved and missed very much. Tatted Jedi. And yeah, I know. I love it. That's why I don't block the Cuck Squad. I don't block them. I don't block the Cuck Squad because I love to just see them not spell correctly. Like, they all consistently have this weird symptom. It's like, okay, Cuck Squad, let's see. Blind kiss asses, A, symptom B, cannot type and cannot even take advantage of autocorrect. It's amazing. It's amazing. Is it really Frank's birthday? And is he here? Am I missing that? I'm not even looking at the chat that much. But if you're in here, Frank, happy birthday, bro. We all love Frank here. Dude, if they love you, I love you, Tatted Jedi. If they love you, I love you. Oh, I'm 65. Okay, he was saying that I'm 65 years old. That's actually very kind, because the truth is, I'm fucking haunted. Now let's watch a little. Let's watch a little Ryan Upchurch. It's always fun because the dude is completely out of his fucking mind.
Before we start this video, I want to say that I'm sending my prayers and love to Callie's mom and Callie's family and Callie's friends.
Really?
I would also like to say this.
That's really fascinating that you're sending your love to them when you are robbing them of peace to mourn.
To the YouTube community that has covered this little girl. It's sickening how some of y'all act and the stuff y'all say. For what? For followers? For donations? Dragging this stuff out? Making crazy claims? But when one person stands out and says something that could be helpful or factual information, everyone jumps all over that person for YouTube views. If you're using
Okay,
a
what are you doing it
16-year-old
for?
missing girl,
What do you, what are you doing it for, Ryan? Let's ask you that. Because you had a new song that just dropped today, didn't it? Today or yesterday? Because now what's happening now is that my theory on you from back at the Summer Wells thing back then, my theory on you is proving to be more and more correct, because I think that you are simply I think that you are simply using these crime cases to build your audience. That's what I think you're doing. I don't think that you give a fuck about any missing person at all whatsoever. I think that you love the publicity and you love to cause controversy and falsely accuse people of crimes, because it stirs up controversy and gets people to follow you more and listen to you more. Thank you, Ted and Jedi. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, don't inbreed. It's not good. I think that's all this is, because if you really cared, like I said, you would actually Google, bro. You wouldn't sit there and take YouTubers' opinions on this case as gospel, which is what you've been doing. And every single YouTuber that you have shown up on their panel turns out to be shit. The only one that wasn't was Ickadmel. And that dude hasn't even talked about you since, bro. Dude, that dude is that dude's channel is awesome, dude. Like, Ickadmel just sits there like watching videos and like he'll brush his hair, He'll brush his hair. And he'll be like, "Oh yeah, word? Okay. Yeah." And he'll just let people talk. Cracked out possum. I love it. Thank you, Attack. I mean, that dude has not even he addressed you once, and then everybody wanted to make it out to be like some sort of big feud. Oh my god, Ickadmel versus Ryan Upchurch. Dude, this dude attacked him with crazy false accusations, and Ickadmel simply responded and said, "This is the last I'm gonna fucking talk about it. I don't like to engage in this shit, but there's no way I'm just gonna let you accuse me of the most craziest shit ever." Stargirl, I absolutely agree. Ryan, just focus on your music, dude. Nobody's saying your music is bad. I mean, I'm not saying that. I'm nobody to say that. I'm saying when it comes to this shit, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You should shut up. Like, seriously, stop talking about this shit, because you're causing damage. You're hurting people. And you're sitting there going, "Oh, well, sue me then. Sue me. I have millions of dollars. You can sue me. Do you think that I give a fuck about a lawsuit? I have millions of dollars." Dude, that's because you're a fucking piece of shit, and all you're doing is proving everybody right when you say that when we say that you don't give a fuck about anybody but yourself. Because you're not bringing anything to this table. Nothing productive.
for YouTube views, you are a piece of shit. And I don't mean these panels who get on panels and actually talk about stuff. One panel I got on this week was fucking annoying. Every time I come on there to try to talk to people about the little girl to see where she possibly went, they act like fucking Gwen Stefani showed up and just fucking confetti's going everywhere, and they're clicking fucking clapping buttons and talking about the super chat where people send money. That's fucking irrelevant. When there's a kid missing and there's some.
No, it's not irrelevant. Okay, it's not irrelevant. Now, do I think that there are channels, one of which who you showed up on their panel for clout? I don't care if you have almost 3 million subs. You look at people's sub counts and you show up on their panels, and you do it for clout, to get your name out there and to get people to listen to your music. and you showed up on one. And yes, do I think that she's an absolute and total grifter and she's done some of the most horrible shit in the world and constantly lies? I have covered her. I have reviewed her more than I've reviewed you. And it was so funny. The last time I was live, I was like, dude, it's just a matter of time. And not even an hour later, this asshole was on her panel. Not even an hour later after I ended my live, this dude was on her panel. I totally called it. Funny as hell. But, dude, some of us are simply grateful. You know what I mean? Some of us aren't on YouTube to sell records. Some of us are on YouTube because we just enjoy hanging out with people in our chat. Some of us just enjoy being here. And some of us are grateful. As creators, some of us are just simply grateful that we have support. So yes, when someone super chats me, I'm going to acknowledge them and say thank you. Like Calamity Jade here. Thank you so much. He didn't even try. He fast lanes into Chroma crap. He should have just thrown money at it like his vein short had the Hellcat ready to send to AWP, right? And they're not even going to take that thing, and they probably don't even want it. It's probably more of a burden to them than anything else.
Or somewhere that no one knows, that's what you should focus on, not your goddamn super chat or the fucking famous guy who's here to talk. It should be about what your channel's for, and that's finding children or the other goofy asshole, the 45-year-old dude
Let me
with
tell
a fucking
you,
Captain
let me
America.
tell you what my channel's for. Okay, I'm going to clear that up real quick. My channel, just so you know, and everybody in the chat here, my channel is for me to do whatever the fuck I want. I'll say that one more time. My channel is for me to do and say whatever the fuck I want. Period. Okay? Now, what it also is consistently is calling out idiots like you. It has always been. I have done this. Just because you're famous doesn't make you exempt. I have always called out people like this. Always. And as long as you keep running your mouth, you're going to be content for me. Thank you, Aussie girl. Mel is the best. You're pretty great yourself. So glad I found you through all this. Thanks for standing up for what is right. Appreciate that. And yes, believe it or not, the reason why I do this is because it's the right thing to do. Why should I can't just sit there quiet when I see people fucking things up so irresponsibly. I've always done this. I'm always going to do it. And maybe people will get sick of it at some point. That's fine too. But I'm always going to do what I think is right. And you can call me a bully, but I've never bullied somebody that wasn't a bully themselves. That's a fact. People say, oh, he goes after women because he hates women. No, I went after shitty, fucked up people who showed up. One showed up to a house where a horrible homicide took place, a family annihilation, and took rocks as souvenirs because she thinks that it's cute. And I've gone over her so much. She's done. She's done. Mission accomplished. And I didn't even go over her to cancel her. She canceled herself. All I do is put the shit out there and go, do you guys not? I provide a perspective, period. I provide a perspective. Because these people love to sit there and go, we do so much. We do so much for these missing kids. What are you doing? You're not doing anything to help find missing kids. You're not doing anything. I mean, like when you show up to Rogersville, Tennessee, right, where the parents of Summer Wells live, and there's literally no evidence to dictate that Don Wells or Candace Bly had anything to do with Summer's disappearance. Is there things about their personalities that are very questionable? Absolutely, to say the least, as a matter of fact. But there's no evidence to dictate that they had anything to do with Summer's disappearance. So when people show up to their job, to their house, because I loved it. MGL was up there going, I never said nothing about any kid being dead. I never said it. What are you talking about? You showed up to their job and you looked Candace Bly in the face while your buddy had a bullhorn next to her. And you were yelling in her window going, I'm sorry that your baby's dead, and I'm sorry that you have no soul. Those were your words, MGL. So don't sit here and act like that you do all these great things. Yes, I have donated money to Don Wells jail commissary. Yes, I did that. I raised money for that. And here's the thing. It might turn out that Don Wells is absolutely responsible for Summer's disappearance. That might actually happen. But so far, there's no evidence to dictate that he did. So even if that's the case, nobody, I said this before many times, I'm going to say it again many times. Nobody is ever going to make me feel like I did something wrong for performing a kind act for another human being, regardless of what they did. I'll never judge somebody for becoming a friend of a serial killer. You know what I mean? Like, if you can find it in your heart, I may not be able to do that. But if you can find that in your heart to where you can write a serial killer and try to understand them and be the only person in their life that brings any positivity to them, you have my support. I probably couldn't do it. But kudos to you for having enough inner strength to be able to pull that off, because I can't do it. But what I can do is buy Twinkies and combos and Mountain Dew for a dude who's in jail and stuck by himself in segregation. Thank you, the Aussie Mozzie. Thank you for being a man with a pair. Admirable. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah. So I'm not going to be made out to be some sort of villain because I performed a kind act for someone else, regardless of what they may or may not have done. But this dude sitting here and acting like he's performing some sort of noble act by throwing people under the bus, under some imaginary bus that actually causes damage. Like, it's like he's building the bus. It's like he made the bus and then threw them under it, because it's absolutely untrue. It's the craziest shit in the world that this guy rearranged some letters in a YouTuber's name and said that he's part of a trafficking ring, when he points out bots. That's all they are. Bots. That comment. Dude, you know how many times I'm always reporting those comments, dude. I get those comments all the time where somebody's trying to peddle porn in my comment section. And then I just report them. And that's it. The comment's gone. Some people aren't that thorough with their YouTube channels and they just leave the shit up. But it doesn't matter. That doesn't mean that they're connected to some sort of ring. That's the most asinine thing ever in the world. They always show up in my chat too, PP Gate. They show up in my chat. They show up in Toast chat. They show up in Monty's chat. They show up in everybody's chat, dude.
America shirt on, bouncing up and down in the camera with his titties hitting him in the chin, saying Upchurch is on drugs. You're not talking about anything. You're chasing clout off a famous person. And you're attaching a 16-year-old missing girl to it. You know why? Because you're a piece of shit. Duh. The only true crime channel that I want to give a shout out to, who has conversations like adults, is Zav Girl. I like your channel.
See, everything with this guy is about clout, right? Like, he's the one that keeps talking about that. He's the one that keeps accusing people of wanting clout, and he's the one who's acting like his shout outs are some sort of currency to these other channels because he sees himself to be something more than he is. When really, dude, at the end of the day, homie, you're just a dancer. You know what I mean? Like, that's it. You're just dancing. Like, shut the fuck up and dance. Because these are real people with real lives that are genuinely affected by this. And every time that you spin some sort of ridiculous conspiracy, dude, just do a little homework. Ryan Upchurch, do a little homework. Okay. I might even regret this because this might backfire on me completely. But go look at the Chris Watts case. It's arguably the most talked about crime case on YouTube. And you look at what the Rucheks are going through right now. Follow Frankie Ruchek Jr., the brother of Shanann Watts, and look at his YouTube channel. These people, it has been 4 years, and these people have not gotten any peace. And the reason why they haven't gotten any peace is because idiots like you continue to spin crazy conspiracy theories regarding a tragedy where they lost their sister, their daughter, and grandchildren and nieces at the hands of a coward. Because people like you don't have enough consideration for how this has affected these loved ones.
On to the influx of comments I've gotten since we found out the horrible news that we did, and that was that sweet baby girl was found in her car in the water. And I see a very, very, very few amount of people saying, yeah, where's that apology to this person and this person for blaming them? I'm not giving them a fucking apology. They're more guilty now. What are you talking about?
What?
It's nobody's fault that you're goddamn dumb as fuck, okay? It's nobody's fault that you can't do 1 + 1 = motherfucking 2. Thank God Adventures with Purpose found this car so fast. Ever since this whole case started, I've been suspicious of the same exact people. Everyone has been calling me crazy, but even now, after they have found this car, I still think, and I more so think, that the same three
Is he
people
even signed on to a major
still have
label?
something to do with it. And them
Oh my
finding
God, he's still like, that's unreal. Is he even signed on to a major label? Because, dude, I can guarantee you that if he was, that major label would fucking drop him over this. Like, there's no way that like Sony Music would have this guy signed on to their label and that he could just get away with accusing people crazily of a crime that never even took place. Insane. See, and that's what's funny. That's so funny to me, dude. Like, this is a dude who is a complete and utter moron. But then there's other aspects about him that make him super fucking smart. Because if he's independent and he distributes his music independently and he's making millions doing it, he's smart as fuck. He's super smart. But when it comes to this, I've never seen anybody more stupid.
And in the car where they did solidifies what I think even more, which explains why these three individual people have been freaking out on YouTube, have been freaking out on Instagram, have been freaking out everywhere. The chick that I got on last night and said, you know something about this. I know you do. She started crying and got off the live. I'm staying on their ass for a reason.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say thank you for having me on the show. I cannot take any more of this verbal. I cannot take any more of this verbal abuse.
Dude, that breaks my heart every time I see that. Every time I see that, that breaks my heart. because I sat there and listened to this dude insult her, cuss her out, and say the most misogynistic, horrible shit. Dude, let me show you something. let me show you a little something real quick. Hold on. I gotta find it, but it might take me a second, so I apologize, guys, but yeah, so this is the girl, Zanime X, that was on that panel that he treated horribly.
I caught up with a mother and daughter who narrowly escaped gunfire at the Ukrainian border and are trying to make it to Northern California to start a new life. They say a guardian angel was sent to rescue them, a member of their own family here in Northern California. As missiles continue to destroy cities and lives in Ukraine, millions of refugees are fleeing the country. But not everyone is running away from this part of the world.
Heading to Romania to help out a family member.
Ukrainian American Anastasia Mainich.
Does she look familiar?
Dropped everything, including her job with the California Army National Guard's 49th Police Brigade in Fairfield.
Oh, she was part of the National Guard, the police brigade. Yeah, terrible.
To fly to Eastern Europe to help her relatives escape the war in Ukraine.
Wow, really?
I made it.
This moment at the airport in Bucharest, Romania, made it all worth it.
So this girl quit her job to fly to the Ukraine where her family is to get them out of there safely.
Tears of joy and utter relief as Anastasia had made it to her cousin Tatiana and her daughter Sophia.
When I finally saw them, I just wanted to drop every single bag and just run to them. And we just like hugged and hugged and hugged. And then like we were just crying there.
Tatiana was forced to leave her home and parents behind in Odessa, Ukraine, not long after Russian forces invaded on February 24th.
Sorry.
With Anastasia as her translator and fighting back tears, Tatiana tells a terrifying story of barely getting past the Ukrainian border with bullets hitting cars right behind them and in front of them.
But their car was just, by miracle, it was like not even hit at all. And they were just like pushing it through.
As an airport police officer in Ukraine, Tatiana and her daughter were in danger of retaliation from Russian forces.
She probably will be.
Ryan Upchurch, if you're watching this, how do you not feel like a complete and utter jackass right now?
Either taken into custody or even worse. So she really just made that decision to be with her daughter and to save her daughter.
From Romania, the three still had a long journey ahead, traveling through numerous countries, stopping at refugee camps and finding many good Samaritans and fellow refugees along the way.
There are so many families that are trying to bring the families to America.
Но нам почему-то повезло больше. У нас появился ангел.
But she said that, but they got extremely lucky because they got an angel on their side.
Наша сестра.
their cousin.
Their guardian angel guiding them all the way to their final stop in Europe.
Sophie, say hi.
Hello.
Stuttgart, Germany, to stay with one of Anastasia's friends while they await for a chance to one day start a new life in California.
Ukrainian people are very strong. We're very powerful. And we're not gonna lose what's in here. We're never gonna lose what's inside of us. So keep that inside and then keep fighting for us.
So they're in Germany. Tatiana and Sophia have applied for what's called humanitarian parole. That's a travel visa that allows people to come to the U.S. for a temporary time due to urgent humanitarian reasons. And when they come to the U.S., they do plan to live with their cousin Anastasia. But of course, this process can take up to years. If you'd like to help support Tatiana and Sophia as they wait in Europe to try and get to the U.S., go to their GoFundMe page by searching for Sophia's Future. We'll make sure to have that on our website as well.
Yeah. Yeah, because behind the scenes of all this other stuff that she's trying to do, trying to keep her family safe, she's running a trafficking ring. Okay. Dude. Upchurch, shut the fuck up. Stop. Just save some face. Like, at this point, you could save some face, bro. Seriously. But in the meantime, we're still going to review your stupidity. So,
well, then she left. I mean, why she leave? That's kind of telling something. Yeah, that's
he knows, bro.
That's kind of telling something.
Nobody has been able to
That's kind of telling something with my pedo shirt.
identify who the fuck this dude really is.
The same person that was there before they ran you off the internet.
Oh yeah, same person.
The Ikmel dude or whatever the fuck his name is, he's the one who was editing the videos for him.
Oh, definitely it matches now.
And putting together these fake bullshit lies to cover up something. As soon as
That's
I know,
insane thinking, bro. Dude, he simply edited the video because he didn't want the guy doxxed. And the reason why he was trying to look out for his safety was mainly because of you. Because you were spreading all this crazy propaganda about this dude. Attack, thank you so much. His followers be like, I see nothing but what Ryan shows me, and hear nothing but what Ryan tells me. Exactly. That's it. Yeah. That's why I let them like talk in my chat, because they look stupid. There's like nobody that's supporting this guy that is capable of not looking stupid. It's really great. That's why I just let them go. That's why I don't hide them. I don't time them out.
I noticed it. I called him out, and the dude freaks out, and he's telling me, "Get off the camera."
Or maybe you're on substances. Just my opinion. I don't know. But you need to like turn off the camera.
Even if I was doing drugs, I'm smarter than you dumb fuck. This whole time I've been.
No, he said he was saying like, get off YouTube. Like, if you're like, you sound crazy, you sound insane, bro. That's all Ick and Mel was saying, was like, just to, like, I'm trying to do you a favor, bro, and just stop.
I've been wondering, what are they trying to cover up? How do you make this make sense? Now that AWP has found the car, everything makes sense. The Ronnie Jones dude got on Ick Mel's show claiming to know all this stuff about this party. Watch the Kylie girl all night.
The Ronnie dude, all he did was say that he had cousins that were at this party. And again, the only thing about what he was talking about that was even remotely relevant to this case is the use of substances and alcohol. That's it. That's it. The only thing that was relevant. Other than that, this Zanime girl was right. She was saying we need to just stop talking about this Ronnie dude because it's fucking irrelevant. It's stupid. She wasn't trying to hide anything. She wasn't trying to cover anything up. She was saying we need to just stop giving somebody a hard time for absolutely no reason. If we're going to sit there and theorize on this case, we have to realize that the Ronnie dude is just pure hearsay. We don't have any evidence that what he's saying is true, nothing. And we need to just not focus on that dude so much. The focus needs to be on where is she?
All night at this party. Seen Kylie drunk, seen her fucked up. His buddies brought cocaine to the party. They were older dudes. This is the Ronnie guy that claims he was at the fucking party.
And?
Which, according to him, he brought cocaine for everyone. Then
But he
Ick Mel
didn't.
was like, dude, he was not at the party.
But he didn't. He said that his cousins were there, and they said that there was coke there. That's what he said.
I'm like,
And like any other party that's not monitored by adults, there's probably going to be cocaine there, depending on the city that you live in.
yes, he was. Listen to your interview. He says he was. Then this other person pops up who's like 27 to 30 years old, taken up for the random Ronnie guy. And I'm like, who the fuck are you? It's the Zanime lady with purple hair.
I do not know where the little girl is.
Why are you so defensive?
And then
Because
why
you're
are you
accusing her of
bringing
crazy
all of
shit.
this up?
Because, bitch, you were in Truckee. You're on here lying right now, saying I said stuff I didn't say. That's what criminals do.
And I got the Xanax May lady being like, Ronnie was not at the party. And I'm like, why are you yelling Ronnie wasn't at the party? Now you're doing it, and the YouTuber's doing it, and apparently
we're saying he never said he was at the party. You're saying he was at the party. The dude is fucking irrelevant. No disrespect to him. I'm not trying to, I don't mean he's an irrelevant human being. I'm saying he's irrelevant to the Kylie Rodney case. Maybe he provided some insight as to what type of substances and alcohol were being consumed there. Maybe, sure. But it was clearly an accident. Clearly an accident. He was just some guy among almost 300 people who actually and he wasn't even there. He just heard about it. Right. Attack. Exactly. And thank you. Why doesn't he play the part where Ronnie says that? Because it doesn't exist. Exactly. Exactly.
apparently none of y'all know each other, but now this YouTuber is editing videos to cover up for y'all's lies. I don't understand, but now I do. Ronnie Jones was the older guy who brought the drugs to the party. That's why all the kids were like, yo, there was older people there. It was sketchy. They brought hard drugs. Xana May, the purple hair chick, was also there.
When there's a party like that out there in the middle of nowhere, because it was really funny. I was also listening to I like how Toast refers to her now as Megaphone Mary. She was on this dipshit's panel, this other creator who's a total utter moron and totally up his ass, and she was like, yeah, I blame law enforcement, and I'll tell you why I blame law enforcement is because if law enforcement knows that these parties take place, then why wasn't law enforcement making a presence there and blah, blah, blah? Well, dude, like that doesn't necessarily mean that they knew about the party at that moment. Like that shit is out in the middle of fucking nowhere. You're not going to have cops just going out there to patrol. And it's Northern California, man. They're probably busy. You know what I mean? Like, you don't get to blame cops every time an accident happens at a party where kids just graduated and they're celebrating. You don't get to blame cops for that. That's the most Karen-ish shit ever. Like, as soon as she started saying that, I was just like, oh, this fucking Karen, bro. Why weren't the police there at the party? Shut the fuck up. Shut up.
She has a video saying she took a video of the other party. Adventures with Purpose said there was 2 parties. They searched and looked around where both of these parties were. Something bad happened to the little girl. They're not from around there. They freaking get the car. They dump the car off into the water, unknowingly that the water goes up and down the water level. That's why it's where it's at. Do you realize if it didn't rain for 3 weeks, you would have seen like the whole top of the car? Where the water girl, they're not from around there. They freaking get the car. They dump the car off into the water, unknowingly that the water goes up and down the water level. That's why it's where it's at.
The water.
Do you realize if it didn't rain for 3 weeks, you would have seen like the whole top of the.
My man said that the water goes up and down the water level. Up and down the water level. Just think about that. Okay. And then he just says that this guy's so stupid. So then he just says that if it didn't rain that you would have seen the top of the car. You wouldn't have because it was found upside down, which could not have happened manually by people planting the car there to get rid of evidence. It's not going to happen. Not going to happen.
Top of the car? Do you think a local is going to put the car?
Because this is what this does. This, like, let's just sum up the picture this guy's trying to paint. Like, let's do that for a second because it's really funny. It's really funny when you think about it. Because it's really fucked up that he's accusing people of horrible shit. But when you think about how fucking ridiculous it is, okay, so I'm just seeing Zanime. I'm just picturing Zanime and Ronnie out there like, okay, this is what we're going to do. All right. We're going to take her car. All right. We're going to flip it. Okay. You got a tow truck? Anybody got a tow truck? You got a tow truck? How do we get the car upside down and put it in the water? Okay. Because we're going to have to flip the car and put it upside down. That's what we're going to have to do if we're going to get rid of the car. A. Okay. After this, though, this is the most crucial thing. We pretend like we don't know each other. I'll go on this pedophile shirt guy's panel and I'll talk about this case with him. And then completely unrelated other than this subject, Ronnie, you're going to talk on Ikadmel's panel. Okay. You're going to call in so that it throws everybody off. All right. But we're going to have to do this perfect. Okay. Because we don't want some genius like Ryan Upchurch catching on to our like crazy, awesome plan. And man, I don't know. What about another creator instead of Ikadmel? Could it be anybody else? Because the thing is if Ryan gets a hold of his name and then deciphers the letters, he's going to find out what we're up to, because this was all part of a ring, because this is Kylie's really important. It's really important that we get rid of her body and put the car upside down so that it benefits the trafficking ring that we have nothing to do with that much more. Because, you know, a trafficking ring without a body or without a living person is going to benefit. So let's do that. All right. But make sure you go on this Ikadmel, guys. But man, if he rearranges those letters, dude, we're fucked. We are just fucked. Like, how do you not realize, dude, look at your face, bro. That's all the crazy coming out of your eyes, dude. Like, how are you not? I'm trying to understand you, dude. I'm trying to understand you.
The car where someone's gonna find the car. Exactly. I found a bullshit video of this Zanime
He's
girl
so mad, bro.
going out there with a fucking
Look how worked up he is over his own madness, bro. Like, that is like, I've never seen like, the closest thing to that type of behavior is seeing a methed out homeless person like just talking to themselves, where I'm just trying to walk fast, not make eye contact. I'm going. I don't have any change. I'm going. Like, don't look at me. Don't direct that shit at me, please.
Kayak on her shit. She claims she's going to look for the Kylie girl. Do you really think she's going to look for the Kylie girl? No. Put two and two together. She was already there. That's how she has the video of this other party, which puts her there. If she acts like she's going to Truckee for one fucking day,
When did she say that she was going to Truckee to look for Kylie? I don't think she had gone missing yet when she was in Truckee. And she lives in Northern California. That does not make her suspect of a crime that never happened. It was clearly an accident.
Makes a dumb YouTube video being like, look, guys, I'm getting my canoe out. Look where she's at in the canoe. It's in Prosser Reservoir. Why do you think she's there? Because she heard AWP was coming to search for the car. So she had to go back there.
Dude, AWP didn't even get involved until they pulled back the search. That's the only reason they got involved in the first place. That was the whole thing. Like, they were like, we have spent way too much. Like, resources cost money and time, okay? And there's only so many law enforcement resources. And they searched for 2 weeks. They searched for 2 weeks. And it was then when they said, okay, we're not giving up the search, mind you, because a lot of people took it that way. They pulled back the search and focused their resources more on the investigative aspect of the Kylie Rodney missing person case. That's it. That's all they did. It's a very common thing to do. Okay, we searched high and low, but then AWP were like, well, let us be an extra pair of eyes for you, okay? You know, like, this is what we do. So let us take our equipment out there and get in the water and see if we can discover something. And they explained this very clearly too. These guys are not trying to take away from law enforcement in their efforts at all. Understand that, and this is the thing, and let me give a shout out also to Police Off the Cuff. There's a channel called Police Off the Cuff. There are certain law enforcement, like former law enforcement guys that are YouTubers, you know, and absolutely listen to them, because they're going to give you some great insight as to how these things work. And they explained, they were like, dude, you just never fucking know. There's murkiness. There's the car could move into a spot that is harder to actually search. Can you imagine searching through mucky waters that you can't see except directly in front of you? You could have passed 3 feet from that thing and never known it. You never would have known it. So it's not like law enforcement didn't do their job. AWP just after 2 weeks of searching decided to pull back their efforts, and then AWP decided, hey, let us take a stab at it. You know, let us give you an extra pair of eyes to where we can, you know, because this is what we do all the time. And they have a great recovery rate. So, and thank goodness that they did, because now this family can finally have some closure. They might be able to get some closure if this guy ever finally shuts the fuck up. But their efforts led to this.
Back there and make sure that there was nothing that led back to her with the car.
Dude.
Well, guess what? They found it, dumbass. Anything she drops or any sign of her being there would have an alibi, because if they're like, hey, well, we found something of yours here. Why is it here? Oh, I came here to Truckee to look for Kylie, when really you fucking didn't. And I know why your fat ass.
She didn't go to Truckee to look for Kylie. As far as I know, she just went there. She went there with a kayak because it looks like a nice place to kayak. This is a person who moved from the Ukraine to one of the most beautiful places in America. Like Northern California is like the most beautiful slice of Americana in the world. Like it gets cold in the winters. The Christmases look beautiful there, and the summers are gorgeous. It's Northern California. There's mountains, there's waters, there's natural bodies of water, there's desert. It's beautiful. It's great. Northern California is literally my favorite place in the world.
That ass brought that canoe out there. I ain't stupid. You brought the canoe out there to go out there to see if the fucking car was visible. And at the same time, giving your fat ass an alibi in case they found one of your nasty ass cigarette butts, ugly bitch. Of course you think Ronnie.
God, what a piece of shit, dude. Like, how is he getting away with this? I mean, and I'm not even trying to cancel Upchurch. I'm not even trying to cancel the guy. I'm just like, I'm more of the type, my train of thought is more like, dude, how are your like followers not calling you out on this? You know, like, how are your followers going, dude, calm the fuck down? because you sound crazy and you're yelling at you're yelling and insulting a woman that you don't even know. I agree, Tata Jedi. Cancel Frank. That's what I'm saying. Fucking Frank.
Ronnie's real dummy. You have to. You know why? Because if you don't, you're going to be in real deep shit. And what did Ickmel do? Ickmel edited and helped y'all try to cover it up. Now he's an accomplice to your bullshit. And that's why you couldn't watch the video yesterday. Because in the beginning, I talked about something that fucking mattered. And that's Kylie's mom going to sleep crying for her daughter because of you, bitch, and your friends. It all makes sense now. And anyone can go back and watch. You motherfuckers put yourselves there with y'all's own words.
Right.
And now y'all got some splaining to do. A whole lot of splaining. Oh,
No,
and by the
they
way,
don't.
AWP, nice
You
fucking
do,
job, dude.
but they don't.
It's very sad that that little girl,
dude, if
was
I'm
inside of it. I wish she wasn't.
If I'm Adventures with Purpose, if I'm one of those guys and I'm watching this video, I'm sitting there going, oh my God, man, stop saying our fucking name, dude. Please stop saying our fucking name. Please don't help us. Stop it. Shut up.
I wish she was alive, but I'm very grateful that there was two guys who were willing to go out there and find it so the family can have closure. Y'all can do whatever the hell you want with the Hellcat. I don't care. I'm glad the family has closure.
Hold on.
What is up, skins? How y'all doing today? First thing I want to say is I want all 2.9 million of my followers to go to Adventures with a Purpose and click follow. Second thing, yes, I am getting the Hellcat prepared to give to them. They are the ones who found her. I put the Hellcat up to whoever had information that led to her. No one had any. They're the ones that found her. They're the ones that are getting the Hellcat. I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, they're not going to take it. If they don't want it, I respect that. If they don't want the Hellcat, I will be making a donation to AWP for the same exact price I bought the Hellcat for. Reason being,
see, great. That's awesome. Now, all you got to do is shut the fuck up. Once you do that, all you got to do is shut the fuck up. Agrox, thank you. I hope they smash the Hellcat and send it back to him. His anagram BS was crazy, and then making fun of veterans over the top. Yeah, like why the fuck, dude? How much lower can you get? You insult and verbally abuse a woman, an innocent woman, by the way, and then you insult veterans, an innocent woman who's a veteran. And then you insult veterans on top of it.
I'm a man of my word. I like to stick to my word. I think that you should set a good example for people watching your channel to keep your word, because a lot of people don't keep their words these days. And honestly, I just want to help drive as much traffic to their channel as possible, because they give a lot of people closure that probably think they're never going to get closure. These guys have found people in very, very, very short amount of time that have been missing for like 20 years. They're very passionate about what they do, and they have really big hearts, and they just seem like really good guys. And I mean, like I said, they're giving people closure.
And the most important thing that you should give them recognition for there, Ryan, is they disproved your fucking ridiculous, crazy theory, bro. Seriously, man, shut the fuck up.
Closure every day. So whatever gives them more opportunity to have cutting edge technology and as much stuff as they need, all the equipment they need, I'm going to do it. I had my assistant email their assistant. I just want everybody to go there and focus on what they do for people. They do have a spot where you can make donations. That spot is adventureswithpurpose.com. I'll be sure to leave that link for you in the description. Where did the Amazon guy go? Where are, okay, he's over there. Anyway, All right, now let's talk about some shit. You mean to tell me they scaled the whole damn place with sonar and all this shit, and AWP pulls in and finds the car in like 20 minutes? What the fuck? I seen a quote put out by the New York Post today from one of the team members from AWP, and it's kind of bone chilling. Look at this.
Josh Cantu, a spokesman for the diving group Adventures with Purpose, told the New York Post, "Police told us they did a rigorous search of the body of water. They gave us a grid map and made us confident we did not need to search there. Within minutes from the diving team entering the water, however, the car and body were found."
Well, if you ask me, there's only two ways that could happen. One, it was purposely.
I love how triggered some of y'all are about his dip. It's like that shit bothers some of you guys so much. Like, it doesn't bother me at all. I live here in Tennessee, man. There's so many people that do that. It's just normal to me to see that. But I see some of y'all are just like, ew, shit is disgusting. But I get it. It's kind of like watching MGL eat while she's live, which I guarantee you click on an MGL live, you're going to watch her eat. Guaranteed.
Purposely overlooked and orchestrated by the police that work there. Or two, somebody somehow snuck this shiny silver car that everyone's looking for back there and got it in the water like 4 or 5 days ago. Those are the only two logical explanations.
What?
And since AWP came out with a statement on the New York Post,
let's listen to those only two
did not need to
logical
search there.
explanations.
Within minutes from the diving team entering the water, however, the car and body were found.
well, if you ask me, there's only two ways that could have happened. One, it was purposely overlooked and orchestrated by the police that work there. Or two, somebody somehow snuck this shiny silver car that everyone's looking for back there and got it in the water like 4 or 5 days ago.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So option A, according to this mind, option A, it was a police conspiracy. And option B is the scenario that I painted earlier, where Ronnie, Ikadmel, and Zanime decided to carry the car, flip it upside down, and place it in the water after the police had searched. And they went, oh, cops already searched there, so they're not going to find it here. So let's flip the car over. Because, you know, they had it hidden in a very remote spot prior to that, the whole time, where they didn't find it, just so you know. And then Ronnie, Ikadmel, and Zanime carried the car upside down into the water. And, you know, and then they just all kayaked out of there.
Those are the only two logical explanations. And since AWP came out with a statement on the New York Post saying, hey, the cops gave me a fucking piece of paper of where to look and told me that I don't even need to look in Prosser Lake. They already looked a whole bunch. Then they pull their boat in the water and literally turn it on and find the little girl's car. You tell me which one you think it is. Now, I know what some people are wanting to say. They're wanting to say, see, you were wrong. It definitely wasn't Herpy Bump Lady, Ronnie Jones, and Ikadmel. Nope. It's actually more of them now. It's even more of them now.
Really?
The further we go, the further it leads directly to them. Do you want to know why? Well, you got Ikadmel covering for Ronnie Jones. You got Herpy Bump Lady covering for Ronnie Jones. And Herpy Bump Lady is definitely more guilty now. Remember the other day when I was
She's
like,
more
look,
guilty now.
she's
I love
at
it.
Prosser Lake 5 days ago, covering her tracks, kayaking over this little girl's car.
Like Prosser, you recall?
Now, a long time ago,
And
an
don't
old man
forget,
co-op
folks,
told me something.
Don't forget, folks. The dead dog is all part of this. Okay, Zanime killed her dog, which, you know, is still alive, by the way. Killed her dog and buried it there to create a kind of just to mess with the cops, you know, create a burial spot just to mess with the cops. Let's not forget that aspect of it, folks. Don't forget that, Ryan. All right.
And I've always lived by this every time I need it. If it looks like a zebra, and walks like a zebra, most of the time it's
It's
a
a horse.
motherfucking zebra. That's not exactly how I said it, but you know. So I'm on this podcast with her, and everybody's trying to lick her sweaty, fat, fucking Ukrainian asshole.
this guy
I knew
sucks,
she was full of
dude.
shit, so I called her out, and her ass got pissed because she's guilty.
You're wrong. Exactly.
See,
Xana
look,
May.
look, that's not somebody who wants to find a little girl, bro. That's somebody right there who knows where the little girl is. Tell me I'm wrong.
You're wrong.
You are wrong. You are 100%
Why are you
wrong.
so
I do
defensive?
not know.
Why are you so defensive?
I do not know where the little girl is.
Why are you so defensive?
And then why are you
This
bringing
guy, dude.
all of this up?
Of
Because,
course
bitch,
she's gonna be defensive, dude. I feel so bad for this girl, dude. I feel so bad for this girl. Like, of course she's gonna be defensive. Like, you're accusing me, like the whole world is talking about this girl missing, and you're accusing me of the most asinine, craziest shit ever.
Bitch, you were in
Like,
Truckee.
I was just, dude. I was all if I'm her, I'm like, dude, all I wanted to do was come on Pedo Shirts channel and, you know, that's it, and talk about this case that everybody's talking about. That's all I wanted to do. I didn't know that some fucking crazy, you know, country rapper was gonna join the panel, and then this dude was gonna turn on me, and like. Like, look at this dude, bro. My man was like, I'm getting, dude, Ryan Upchurch might show up on my channel. So I'm taking this one out of the wrapper. This shirt is coming out of the wrapper for this one. It's coming out of the plastic for this live. Tack, thank you again. She is okay. She is super strong. Yeah, she is. Yeah, you're right. She's a badass. But it doesn't mean that she's not sitting here taking abuse. You know what I mean?
Truckee.
And the day that I told everybody, look, you guys, she's there in the canoe checking to see if the car is visible and covering her tracks. What does she do? Deletes the whole entire video off of her channel.
She blocked me so I couldn't show you guys. So I guess she don't know that people have, you know, other fucking computers and shit. Anyways, here it is. It is absolutely gone off her channel. It does not exist anymore.
Why would she delete it if she wasn't guilty? Oh, that's right, because she's fucking guilty. Her fat Ukrainian ass is fucking guilty. Remember she said she had this video
really,
of this
bro?
beautiful party or whatever? She never posted it. You know why? Because she couldn't. Her fucking dumbass brain couldn't figure it out. So I guess she was like, well, maybe everyone will forget that I said I seen the party that Kylie was at. I just won't even post that video. I'm going to go act like I'm looking for things now. Look at me looking for things. Fuck you, bitch. You were covering your fucking tracks. Everyone knows it. Not only that, hey, dumbass, look at the books on your desk.
I'm calling it, y'all. So what? Combating weapons of mass destruction. Yeah.
Yeah, never trust a fat Ukrainian.
That's a good thing. That's called educational reading. She's passionate about what's happening in her country. I personally do not have any opinions on this. I'm just saying she's passionate about what's happening in her country, and she's learning. She's educating herself on it. It doesn't mean that she's, wow, dude.
Ukrainian bitch with Xanax in her name that has books about weapons of mass destruction, counseling, and practical homicide investigations. Now, before one of
she was on panel with a crime channel, or a poor excuse for one. Like, she's interested in crime cases. Everybody is interested in crime cases. I have 430 people in my chat right now that are interested in crime cases. Maybe they don't fucking obsess over it like you, but they're interested. People are interested. People want to understand. Oh, this is why people are here. The reason why they understand the people in my chat are interested in crime cases, Ryan, and the reason why they're interested in you is because they want to know what the fuck makes a crazy mind tick. That's what they're here to do. That's what everybody here is doing. They're like, dude, what in the fuck is going on with this dude? It's literally what everyone is here doing is trying to like break you down. Because you are just as confusing as any, and I'm not saying you're a murderer, I'm saying you're just as confusing as any fucking crazy murderer. Who the fuck knows what's going through their mind?
For one of you little weirdos that follows these people that wax off the anime probably comes over here and is like, see, it couldn't have been anime. It couldn't have been. It was definitely the cops. Well, yeah, somebody in fucking law enforcement has a doing in this probably.
What?
Since, you know, no one found the fucking car. And then the cops tell them, hey, here's a list of.
There you go. So now the police are involved in the conspiracy now. Okay. So the police are involved in the conspiracy now. According to him. Wow.
List of everywhere to look. Don't look here where it's probably going to be. And AWP comes up and is like, hey guys, look, there's the car. Well, I hate to break it to you little freaks out there that are like, she's innocent. Ikmel's innocent. Ronnie Jones is innocent. Shut the fuck up. Who are you? Are you the people that buy these weird videos from them? Oh, and by the way, I found a video of a random person trying to look up stuff about her and accidentally found this fucking weird.
Now, as fun as this is, okay, folks, as fun as it is to break this guy's shit down, because he's obviously an insane person. As fun as it is to do that, what I can do, what anybody who follows crime cases logically can do here, okay, is something very, very simple. Where's the motive? What is the motive, Ryan? I'm going to humor you, okay? Let's just say Ronnie, Ikadmel, Zanime, all part of this, and the cops are all part of this crazy conspiracy, right? What's the motive? Why? Why, Kylie? Because without a motive, you don't have a crime. True crime 101, okay? Without a motive, you don't have a crime. So all of this is not only baseless, but you're not even providing a possible motive that would make people go, you know what? Okay, I could see that happening. There's no why. There is no why here. On all your bullshit that you're sitting here spewing out, you're not providing a why.
And weird dark web portal that involves a bunch of weirdo shit.
I look up, there's this girl,
Bots. Bots,
was at the
dude.
Kylie Rodney
They happen
party.
all the
So what I
time.
did was put Zanny Mae because I was wondering who she was. YouTube, and look at what also comes up on her search. Little Dark Web Child, CP on YouTube, YouTube Kids, I'll say Dark Web, Child Candy Palace Dark Web, Deep Web, Underground Child Model Portals.
So I was sitting here and I was like, well, how'd the car get there? How'd they miss it? And then how did it get there? Well, she was in the water with a kayak 5 days ago, right? And she deleted that video, right? So as me and my friends are investigating this shit on Discord together, when we went back to the number that the Milo kid called.
I'm sitting here going nuts, driving myself crazy, trying to figure out how the fuck did Ikadmel, Zanime, and Ronnie get the car in the water? I'm sitting here racking my brain trying to figure this out. Dude, she had a kayak the whole time, dude. She had a kayak she towed the car with the kayak. Burnt Toast, why are you giving me money, Burnt Toast? Toast, stop that. I wonder if Ryan Upchurch is protesting too much. Absolutely. That's it, dude. That's it. Zanime, I mean, she looks like she's got a strong back. You know what I'm saying? She was like, she got that car in the water, man. Ronnie and Ikadmel were on the shore going, you got it. Back it up. There you go. They were like, you got it. Because it's a one-person canoe. It was her and the dog that she killed that was in the canoe. Okay. So they just she just rode that thing in there, man. That's oh, Ryan, you're so much fun, bro. I love it.
It called me off of. They researched it, and these different names come up. Remember, like 6 days ago, I was like, why are all these different names coming up from this fucking kid Milo's phone? Well, guess what? The Miro guy and
stop it. Heels in my hair. Burnt toast is cheese. Oh man. Thank you, Heels in my hair. And this is Heels in the Air channel that she got canceled. Bunch of cowards. I miss her channel a lot. I hope she gets it back. Let's see. Attack. Again, thank you. Ryan Upchurch unscrambles to Raunchy Perch. Oh my God, Perch stands for purchase. Oh my God, Raunchy Purchase. What are you purchasing, Ryan?
and Exanime are apparently relatives.
Really, bro? Really, bro?
Guess who else is their relative?
Hold on. Tatted Jedi, thank you again. If you say kayak fast, it sounds like Hellcat. Ryan did it, I guess, using his logic or lack thereof. Man, I hate Frank. Dude, it's so funny. Like, I love Tatted Jedi taking jabs at Frank, but like, I love Frank so much. Like, I can't even joke and make cracks about Frank. Like, I can't even joke about him, even negatively. I can't even joke about him. I love the guy too much. Heather Marie, thank you so much. Heels is cheap. Oh man, you guys are killing me right now.
Their relative. This person.
You just doxing
well, damn,
people like it's all
convenient.
good.
You know someone who works at like 50-11 fucking national parks around there. Damn. So now you got this Zanime lady who was there, who deleted that she was there, but already showed she was there in a kayak, swimming over where the car was. The car got missed, and she conveniently knows someone who works at a fuck ton of national parks around there. Gee, I wonder how the car was missed. Not to mention the other day, we noticed that there was a tab on her computer talking about scuba diving. Not to mention when she was going live the other day, all these fake YouTube profiles were like, you need to get a window breaker. You need to get a window breaker. Hey, Exanime, get a window breaker. And I'm like,
what the fuck are you talking about, dude? BC, thank you so much. Ignorance is real and it has 3 million followers. Absolutely. Absolutely. Clearly.
Window breaker. Well, she did go out there with a kayak. She was looking up scuba gear stuff. Maybe she went out there and, you know, dove underwater, broke the window out, and got the brick off of the fucking pedal. Maybe. This is the same lady putting out false information about the case. This is the same lady protecting Ronnie Jones.
New scenario.
This is the same
folks.
lady that knows if
new scenario, because towing the car with a canoe is insane. Obviously, that can't be done. But what actually happened was Ronnie, Ickadmel, and Zanime. Well, what they did, the three of them did this. Okay, they took her to a trafficking ring. She got killed on the way to the trafficking ring, and the trafficking ring was like, can't do nothing with a dead person. Sorry. So you guys are stuck with her. And then Ickadmel and Zanime and Ronnie are like, fuck, the hell are we going to do now? Here's what we do. We get a brick. Okay? We get a brick. Hear me out. Shut up. Shut up. Because Anime's the ringleader, by the way. She's telling the other dudes to shut up. She's the ringleader. She's like, y'all shut up. Do what I tell you. Get a brick. And we're going to put the brick in the gas pedal. All right? Now, in case they find her, it's real important that they don't find the brick. So We're going to put the brick on the gas pedal so it drives into the water. All right. Then, y'all, I just bought some scuba gear. All right. I know you aren't men. The women have to do everything around here. And I can't even expect you guys to have enough balls to go in there and get rid of any evidence, you two pathetic excuses of people. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and I'm going to put the brick in there myself. And then I'm going to go down there. I'm going to get scuba gear. I'm going to dive down there. And then I'm going to get the brick out. Break the window. Get the brick out. All right. You useless motherfuckers. Get out of my sight.
Ickmel. Ickmel was protecting Ronnie Jones. Ickmel was protecting Azaname. Now that we know she links back to dark web videos involving fucking children, if you look at both of their names in plain sight, if you decode his name, it says sell me kid. If you decode her name, it says X your man. X your man to sell me kid.
Dude, I'm telling you. Look, dude, that's not how you spell sell, bro. That's not even how you misspell sell. Like there's two. Okay, there's sell as in like put something on sale, S-E-L-L, and then there's C-E-L-L, which is a completely different meaning. And that's not even one of those. Sell me kid. Or is he telling kids to sell him? You didn't think of that shit, did you? All right. Sell me, kid. What if he's that's just code for like, yo, I'm trying to get kids to give me their cell phones. You know what I mean? Like, yo, sell me, kid. And then they just throw a cell phone at him. Got it. Thanks, kid. Sell me, kid. You didn't think of that shit, did you, Ryan Upchurch? All right? Use your brain, bro. Okay? I'm going to need you to think. All right? Ickmel is running a child cell phone give it up ring. Okay? That's it. All right? Sounds like honest work. If you're a kid and you're stupid enough to give Ickmel your cell phone, well then, you know, can't help you. All right? No hope for you in the world anyway. All right? That you deserve to have your cell phone jacked from you. That's it. Ickmel's running a whole operation. Sell me, kid. Thanks.
If you take their exact YouTube names and you use the letters, Ickmel's comes out to C-E-L-M-E-K-I-D. Sell me kid. If you take Exanimaze, exactly how it's spelled, it comes out to X your man. If you put both of those together, it says ask your man to sell me a kid. Now I understand why the theme of both of their YouTube profiles is what it is. Money. Everything is accented in purple. Her hair's accented in purple. Her nails are accented in purple. And she has a light that is purple. His name banner is accented in purple. His profile picture is accented by him wearing purple.
Oh my God, I'm going to die.
They are working together. Together, they make that sentence. Ask your man to sell me a kid. If all that don't point to guilty, I don't know what does. And I'm going to leave you on this. I've seen a lot of these fake profiles on their pages being like, oh, yeah, well, you were wrong about Gabby Petito. You were wrong about Gabby Petito. And I was like,
attack, thank you again. Bruh has millions of dollars, but it's paper plates. Heels in my hair. God damn it, Toast. I'm enjoying this little competition of super stickers. Just so you know, I'm enjoying this.
Like, why are they telling me I was wrong about Gabby Petito? What the fuck? While me and my friends were on Discord last night, we were talking about all the people being like Gabby Petito, Gabby Petito. And I was like, why are they doing this? Then we started seeing the similarities. I was like, whoa, wait a minute. Blonde-headed chick, weird thing with the car, girl ends up dead. Kind of weird. Well, they did a little bit more digging, and guess what? They may have found evidence that links Ronnie Jones and links Exanime to Gabby Petito as well. Here's the proof.
That's not proof of anything, man. That's proof that
You
you're
notice
a
what route
fucking
that
nut,
is?
dude.
I-80.
That's all that is. It's proof that you're insane.
Would you look at there? 11 months ago, 12 months ago, a year ago, when they were talking about all this shit, whenever this was going down, a black Challenger again. What do you know? I bet you wish your friends would just shut the fuck up, huh? They just had to keep yelling, Gabby Petito, Gabby Petito. And I'm like, well, here we
Just
go.
you.
Start talking shit to the rednecks. You go, fuck around and find out.
Bendar, thank you. Burton Heels owned. Dude, what is next, bro? Where are you going with this next? Because I can't wait to find out. Let me see real quick here. Is there anything? Are we caught up? Are we caught up on church? Yeah, I think that's it. Because all there is his like music video. He's sleeping off his mania. See what I mean? I love it. This is why I let them hear. This is why I give them free. Like, you can't even spell an insult correctly. What is with you, motherfuckers? What is with you, cuck squad? I don't get it. Like, how is it that all of you, none of you know how to spell? Like, this is why I just let you guys be in here, dude. Like, it's so funny to me. Like, I just let you guys look stupid. It's none of you can spell. It's so funny. Oh my God. Ryan Upchurch was never in the military. I confirm this. There's somebody who died in Iraq with the same namesake, but no relation that I know of. And yeah. So hold on a second. Let me try to find something here. I don't know how credible this news source is, but Mona Lisa, thank you for the super sticker. I don't know how credible this news source is, but hold on a second. Okay. This is from ABTC. And it asks, was Ryan Upchurch in the military? Ryan Edward Upchurch, known professionally as Upchurch or simply by a combination of his first and last name, Ryan Upchurch, is an American rapper, singer, songwriter, and comedian from Cheatham County, Tennessee. Upchurch was not in the military. However, he has a namesake who was in the military, Army Specialist Clinton R. Upchurch, who died January 7th, 2006, serving during Operation Iraqi Freedom. Upchurch began his popularity, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, we don't need a whole biography on him. But yeah. So no, Upchurch was never in the military, and he does not. And anybody who was actually in the military, I don't imagine would be so insulting and abusive towards veterans. So I just don't see that happening. Yeah, I laughed at that too. Him being a comedian. Exactly. People are laughing at him, not with him. Okay, he had tags given to him at his concert. And that's so messed up, dude, because imagine how many like veterans love him. You know what I mean? Imagine how many veterans love this guy, and he has no respect for veterans at all. It's insane. Yeah. So the Greek squad, Ryan Upchurch no longer is Greek squad, okay? It's Greek squad, right? You get free gyro when you subscribe to Ryan Upchurch, all right? Because all I want is views. Greek squad for life. Thank you. Thank you. I don't even know if that's a Greek accent. Like, why can't you guys spell? What is going on with you guys? Why can't you spell? But I am gonna wrap this up, guys. I had a lot of fun. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I appreciate all your support. Yeah, it won't be long before I'm live again, I promise. So another way to say that is we will do this again very soon, my friends.